say, still got some cameras that need to come on for some of you. Several of you do. Great job, folks. So, hope you had a great weekend. Had a Super Bowl party or something. I don't know. I didn't find the commercials were terribly entertaining. I mean, some of them were good, but it seemed like a lot of them was just like, well, I guess that was okay. I don't know. Is there any commercial that everyone's going to be talking about this week? I mean, was it just that good? Yeah, the game ended up not being a good game. It was like, wow, that was kind of a blowaway. That was surprising. Thought it might be a closer game than that. So that kind of got boring. And then, like I say, I don't know if the commercials were great. I did make it to the movies this weekend. Saw Love Hurts, which apparently people are not liking and critics aren't liking. I thought it was rather entertaining. I enjoyed it, but apparently it bombed. This was opening weekend, and it kind of bombed. But it's got the guy that was in Everything Everywhere All at Once, or whatever that name of that movie was. So, but it kind of bombed. They said it only made like 5 million or something. So somehow Dogman still beat it. Dogman's second week out, but I thought Love Hurt should have done a lot better. It was. I liked it. My wife didn't really care for it though, so maybe she's more in line with the critics and the rest of the viewers. I'm more easily entertained. So, all right, cameras on, people. Last call for cameras, because we do take attendance, and if we don't know you're here, I've counted several people absent because I couldn't see their camera. Sometimes you just have to do that because people log in and then they walk away and just let class run on without them. And then sometimes an hour later, they're still in class when everybody else has left. That's happened. So that's why we have to have those cameras on, people, so we know that you're in class, can count you present in class. So, all right, let's get this going. I may take attendance during class, actually. That might be fun. If we click on the grade screen, we'll see that we are at the bottom of our Module 4. With the Module 4 project, we're through with decisions and or not and lists. Hopefully you've got those programs turned in. I know a lot of you do. Some of you may not have it finalized yet, but hopefully it's about to be in very quickly. The Module 4 project. So let's go take a look what it shows. Right down here. Okay, here's your chance to put Boolean logic to work. You've got the know-how. So we're not learning anything new this week. We've learned everything we're going to learn about this. It's your time to showcase your Python programming skills. So complete the reading in this lesson, which this is only one page. So there is no more reading in this lesson. You can practice using Python. We got the idle button right up there. And the project template. There's a rubric if you want to know how this is graded. But I have the template for us in our Google Classroom. So let's pull it up and take a look at what we're going to need to do this week. Classwork tab. We're in week 24 now, Valentine's Day this week. With template right here, the Module 4 project. All right, if you're up for a programming challenge, read on. If not, take a deep breath and then read on. So you will use the software development lifecycle to create a working program of your choice that will test Boolean conditions on user input. Okay, Joseph, thank you, sir. Your program can include any Python skills and functions you've learned up to this point. So here it is. You have options this week. So read carefully and choose one of these options for your project this week. Number 1, members only. This one's usually pretty popular. You have a lot of students write this. If you were going to create a club, what would it be and how could people join? Think about the membership requirements. Would they have to be a certain age, right? Enter your age. Oh, sorry, you're too young to be in this club. Or maybe you're too old to be in this club. Would they have to like certain things? Would they need certain skills? So because you're the president of the club, you get to decide what criteria people have to join. Just make sure they're school appropriate, of course. Follow these steps to begin your planning. Create a club name, explain the club's purpose, list the conditions. You got to have at least 3 conditions to be a member of your club. And we'll use the if else, and elif to test. So you'd ask input. Well, what's your name? Do you like kittens? Maybe you have the teenage kitten lovers club or something. I'm just making things up. And so you're asking, do I love kittens? What's their age? So then you'll test to see if their age is this age, then they can be at the club. If it's not, they can't. That type of thing. Here's another option. And a lot of people like this one as well. Saving money makes people smile. So your job is to spread the cheer by coming up with a discount plan. For example, maybe people who are under 18 with honor roll get a $5 off the admission price. Are you on honor roll? What's your age? But you got to have at least 3 conditions. So you got to come up with one more condition. Maybe you want to reward honor roll students, military personnel, or state residents with free parking. What state do you live in? Have you served in the military? Are you an RTC? Since this is your discount plan, you get to decide the criteria. Again, just make sure it's school appropriate. So choose a place, like an amusement park, a movie theater, sporting event, online store, whatever. Explain your discount program and list the conditions, at least 3, to qualify for a discount. Then you'll do the input statements to ask them to see if they qualify. You qualify for a $5 discount or free parking or 50% off or whatever you decide, your choice. Now, option 3, if you don't like either one of those 2, if you want to journey the road less traveled and create your own option, go for it. But the thing is, you have to have at least 3 conditions based on user input. So you got to ask users at least 3 questions and then do if else to decide if those conditions qualify for something, whatever you want the program to be. Maybe eye on the prize, create a contest and the conditions to win. Maybe order a cake based on certain conditions. What would you like the cake? Dream destination, suggest a vacation destination based on certain conditions. I've had people write that program too, quite a few times. Do you like the beach or the mountains? Do you like this or that? And then they'll do these if else, and then recommend you should go to Jamaica, or something based on what they enter. All right. So after you decide what you're going to write, you got to have input statements. You got to have 3 at least. Make sure you use int and float if you're doing numbers. You have to have decision statements. You got to have an if else, or elif. At one point, you got to use an and or not, at least one point. And then for output, create clear and well-organized output that show the user's input and results. You qualify, you don't qualify, whatever it is. And then proper use of the string function if you need that. And optional, you don't have to, but you could use a list if you need to. Optional. So I'm going to write the pseudocode here. Use Python idle. Make sure your name, date, short description. Make sure you indent things properly. You can use white space to make things a little easier to see. Make sure you use meaningful name for all variables. Here's an example of what some other people have written. This is the Wacky Writers Club. Wanda. So they asked the user's name. Wanda, thank you for answering the application questions. Your replies are, so here's the answers they gave to the input statements. Age is 15. Love to write is yes. Your favorite genre is mystery. Previous work published? No, I've never published anything. Are you willing to share a story? No, I'm not willing to share a story. We love that you love to write. We do too. Unfortunately, you do not meet the willingness to share requirement for a membership to the Wacky Writers Club at this time. So they checked their if else, and since they're not willing to share, they said, sorry, you can't be in the club. Thank you for applying, but no. Here's another one. Let's pick a vacation destination. Chloe, thank you for your selections. You said your ideal vacation would be a wavy water, looking for adventure and traveling abroad. So the vacation destination recommended is to explore the Australian reefs in an undersea ship. There you go. There's a recommendation based on the answers they gave up here. And maybe that could be multiple choice. You prefer ideal vacation would be wavy water or trail walking, whatever. Of course, you put your code right here. And we've got 2 questions here for testing. Make sure you, since you got so many inputs, you got to kind of test it to make sure the choices all work. And what bugs did you identify and how did you fix them? Put your screenshot right here so we can see what your output. This is a screenshot of somebody else's output. Up here, I want to see your screenshot. And then our other 4 questions right down here. So we got 6 questions to answer this time. Screenshot code. See, I'm going to change that to where it's a better size. All right. And change that. Well, that's a better size as well. It's too big. Too big. All right. So you get choices this week. And, we've already studied if-else statements, loops, lists, all that kind of stuff. So you get a little freedom on deciding what you want to do, which is good and could be bad. So let me see. So if I was going to do this, I'm going to make a copy of this because this is your template that you're going to have right there. So let me see. So if I was going to do it, let's see, maybe I would do a club. Looks like a pretty somewhat simple thing. So let's see. Have a club. Let's see. Create the. Let's see. What would my club be about? Any suggestions on what our club should be? How about the Movie Lovers Club? How about that? Let's see. Requirements. Love movies. See 1 movie per month. And let's see, what else would I put on there? Let's say at least 13 years old. I'll say you got to be at least 13. Because we want to see them in PG-13 movies and stuff. So I can do those 3 requirements. Ask user questions for requirements. Ask user favorite movie. Print. Let's see. Check to see if user meets requirements. Print results. So that's a nice pseudocode. I'm going to create a movie lovers club. The requirements, you got to love movies, see 1 movie a month, at least 13. So I'll ask the user, do you love movies? Yes or no? Do you see at least, how many movies do you see per month? Or do you see at least 1 movie a month? I'll decide which way I want to ask that. What is your age? And then, so I'll ask them all of that. And then I'll also ask them their favorite movie, just for the fun of it. That's not one of the requirements. If they can't name one, it's like, what kind of movie lover club if you don't love a movie? Then I'll do if statements to see if they are at least 13, if they see 1 movie a month, if they said they love movies. And then I'll print whether or not they can be in my club or not. So that's what your pseudocode is going to be based on whatever you decide, whatever program you're writing. Maybe you're going to do the discount deals. Maybe you're going to ask questions or requirements for the discount. What 3 requirements do they have to do in order to meet your discount? Are you a Bentonville student? Which school district do you go to? Or where do you live? Or what's your age? Or you could do all kinds of different requirements for a discount. But you need some pseudocode to kind of plan out your program. Now I can write my program because I've got a good start. Just figuring out what I want to do. Like I say, right now I've got a window open, but I got Bailey's program in there, so I'm playing with Bailey's program. I don't have a free window to do that yet. But I just wanted to get you started thinking about that. Maybe you want to do your own thing. Maybe you want to do the dream destination one. That could be kind of cool. Like this. So this was pretty good. Wavy water, looking for an adventure, traveling abroad. Go to Australia. Go on an underwater ship and see all the reefs of Australia. That'd be cool. Or maybe scuba diving on Australia or something. Maybe a question would be, can you swim? So you can decide whether or not to recommend scuba diving. So you can have some fun with this. Wacky Writers Club, Vacation Destination. I'm doing the Movie Lovers Club. I got to write it. I got to put those if else statements in there to figure out if they qualify when they answer my questions. So maybe make that look better. I'll put some spaces on those 3 requirements just so I can see. So there's my 3 requirements. So you decide what you want to do with that. Write your program. But yeah, start that pseudocode because look at that right there. That's easy for me to write my program. Okay, Movie Lovers Club. All right, welcome. Thank you for applying to the Movie Lovers Club. Then I know what questions I'm going to put in there for my inputs because I've already listed the requirements and I'm going to ask their favorite movie. So I can do the inputs. Boom, boom, boom. Check to see if they meet the requirements. So I can do if statements to check what they entered, if that qualifies. Print the results. So not overly difficult. Just make a plan. Give yourself a plan. I look at my plan and say, did I meet all the requirements? Do I have 3 input statements? Yeah, I actually have 4 because I'm going to ask for those 3 requirements and their favorite movie. So I'm doing 4 input statements. Am I using if else, or elif statements? Absolutely, because I'm going to make sure that they love movies. They see at least one movie a month, at least 13. And I can combine some of those with and, or nots in those if else. And I'll have output to show the user's input. So I'll say, you said you were 11. Sorry, you're too young for my Movie Lovers Club, because I'll show what their input was and the results of that. Yes, you made it in my club. No, you didn't. And so I meet all the requirements by looking at my pseudocode and what's required. It's like, okay, I've got everything. I just got to code it. Now I just have to write the code that matches that pseudocode, and I'll have it nailed. So that'll be pretty good. So. All right, questions on this? Thoughts, questions? All right. Yeah, what's up, Liliana?
I had a question real quick about like the requirements listed.
Okay.
So when you have the listed requirements, can you do an example of like how you would get the program to check those requirements?
Okay.
I mean, I know how we did it with the list, but like I feel like the requirements are going to have to be different.
Okay. Let's take a look at one of those. So let me put this up on the screen. We'll play with one of those. So I got my define main statement, and I haven't put my name, date, and all that stuff, but I'm just playing with this to show you this. So if I did an input statement, input equals, and I'm going to put an integer. Oh, not input equals. I'm going to put age. Age equals input. How old are you? Because one of my requirements is you have to be at least 13 in my movie club. So then after they did that, if age is greater than or equal to 13, and let's see, I'll put require 1 equals yes. Maybe I'll do it this way. There's more than one way to do it, but maybe at the very top I'll say, okay, there's 3 requirements. There's require 1, and right now I'm going to say no, and then there's require 2, the second requirement, and it's no, and require 3 equals no. And then as I go through each question, how old are you? If they're more than 13 or greater, then I'm going to change require 1 to be yes. And then I'll ask the second question, and let's see. Love movies equals input. Do you love going to the movies? Y/N. And then I'll say if love movies. Oh, I guess I didn't put that in quotes. equals yes. Then require 2 equals yes. So they've met the second requirement. And then I'll do a third requirement. And then at the bottom, I'll say if, let's see, require 1 equals yes, and require 2 equals yes. And then I'll have to, I would also have to add the third one, but I haven't written the third one yet. Print. Welcome to the club. We meet on Friday nights at the movie theater. How about that? Else, sorry, you don't meet the requirements at this time. Please apply again later. Let's see if that works. Do we have what we need? And this is just basic. I haven't printed the thing at the because at the beginning of the print, hey, welcome, thank you for applying to the Movie Lovers Club and stuff like that. But I just want to test this part. Oh, line 11 has something wrong. Oh, I didn't put a colon at the end. Now let's try it again. 14. What did I not do there? Oh, I got to put 2 equals. Equals. If it equals this, if that equals that. Now what? Oh, what else does it not like? If require 1, which is right there, equals yes, and require 2 equals yes. Okay, I'm not sure what I'm missing there. Let's see. Anyone see an error there? Somewhere on 14. This could be the tricky part. Could be an indentation error. Oh, and maybe this should not be capitalized. Let me try that. No, yeah, now it's line 15. I got an error. What's that? Require 1 equals no. Oh, my define main. Oh, wait a minute. I got things copied in here twice. What happened there? Okay, hold on. Change it to lowercase and. Okay, let's try this again. Line 16 now. Else, colon. Now it is. How old are you? I'm going to say I'm 12. Do I go to movies? Yes. So you don't meet the requirements at this time. Buy again later. Now let's say that I'm 16. And yes, welcome to the club. Okay, so that works. Let's try it with don't love movies, but I'm old enough. 15 and no, I don't love going to the movies. Sorry, you don't meet the requirements. Okay, so that's how I did that. There's 2 of the requirements. Again, I'd have to add another one. But I started out saying they didn't qualify for all 3 things. That's where I started out. And then from there, I asked them their age. And then I checked to see if they qualify based on their age. If they did, I changed that requirement to yes, they qualify. And then I asked them if they love going to the movies. And if they said yes, then I changed that requirement to yes, they qualify. And then I checked, are they all yeses? And again, I would have another and require 3 equals yes, because they have to be yes on all of them. And if it does, then welcome to the club. If not, sorry, you don't meet the requirements at this time. But I would need to put that third input and check requirement number 3, which, what did I say requirement number 3 is going to be? See at least 1 movie a month. There you go. So I would need to do it, another input asking about, do they see at least 1 movie a month, or how many movies a month, or anything like that. So good question though. How would you do that? Something like that. Something like that. So that kind of should give you some ideas to get you started. Kind of help on there. All right. I just launched a poll, especially just for attendance. So go to next to the chat. There's a little triangle, square, circle, and select the poll there. Just gonna actually take attendance instead of just checking to see who's here with their camera on. I'm gonna take attendance. So if you want to be counted present, go to that little triangle, square, circle. So that's good. All right. So make sure you select the poll. The poll is open now. Next to the chat feature down there, the triangle, square, circle. Taking attendance. Right now, there's a lot of people that's not here, apparently. Because, man, how many people do we have in class? Like 20 people? And only 13 of you have said, I'm here. Wow. So, yeah, make sure you do that. All right. Any other questions?
Not a question. I was just really tempted to hit the no, I'm not here.
Yeah, just to show that you are here, but you're saying no, I'm not here. Yeah, it's tempting. I understand. All right, guys. Well, if you don't have any questions, I'll go ahead and let you go about 10 minutes early here because there's nothing new to learn. You can get started right in this program. You got an hour before your next class, so maybe you can get a big chunk of it done, maybe all of it done, depending on what you're writing there. But have some fun with it. Make a club that only you really care about, that nobody would qualify because they wouldn't like the same things you like. Have you like that? So, but yeah, have some fun with it, guys. And if you got questions, oh wait, I don't think this is an A day. I better check my calendar. It is a B day. Oh, I will be here on Wednesday for programming help. And if your grade is below 70%, then I will definitely see you on Wednesday. If your grade's above 70%, and you're still like, I need to come get some help writing a program, come on in. I'm happy to help. So I helped last week on those Wednesday, Thursday, Friday days. I helped several students that came in and said, hey, Mr. Brock, I'm trying to get this program done, but I'm getting errors, or I don't know how to do this or whatever. And I'm happy to help. So, all right, guys, but I will let you go. It is a B day Friday, so we just have class on Wednesday. Have a great week. Try to stay warm. We'll see if we have school Wednesday. I don't know what the weather's going to do, but we'll get there.